stuff from the Wi-Fi. And both my computers are hardwired, so like both my gaming PC and my streaming PC are hardwired. So there's no real reason they should be really lagging. All right. We're back and it looks like it's stable for now, but I'm sure because it's been so shitty lately. I actually got a mailer, like a little flyer, not too long ago in the mail for a different ISP. And I'm thinking about giving them a call because they say they offer a gigabit, which I pay 120 a month for a gigabit internet connection through Mediacom. It's literally their top package, like the top package they offer, and it's absolute dog shit. It's terrible. Super spot. Like when it is working, I mean, obviously, like I said, I pay for gigabit. So technically, I should be, in an ideal world, I'd be getting like 1,000 megabyte upload and 1,000 megabyte download at any given point in time. However, what I actually get now, which is still pretty good, but it's not near that, I'll get like between 250 and 300 down and like between 150 and 200 up, which is pretty damn good. It's good. It's pretty good. It's not great. It's pretty good. But still, it's not worth that much, you know. It's certainly not worth 120 a month. Especially with how spotty it is. If it was super fluid and consistent, maybe. Maybe. But all right. Let's hop into the video.
Understand how exciting this software truly is, just because it's really a beautiful thing that you can kind of just drag and drop in a way where it requires HTML coding and dealing with cascading style sheets and things like that. Which
once again
even
is
things
easy.
as simple as WordPress, it's much harder than simply dragging and dropping. So, for example, a button, right? So creating a button, we can add a button, or we can add whatever we want.
76% of people live paycheck to paycheck. You don't need to. Listen, do you have an email address? Do you know that 4 point?
Just by pressing again the plus button here. So we can add headlines if we want to do paragraphs, bullet lists. We can add an image if we want to do images with text. We can have a little sub image and some text next to it, right? We can do videos if we want to link to a YouTube video. If we want to link to a video within this page so it doesn't actually direct them somewhere else, we can do a video pop-up, right? Here we go, adding buttons. If we want people to put in their text messages, and again, we can store all emails and all text messages that people do actually input into our pages directly in ClickFunnels itself. We can do surveys. Some of this stuff I've never even used before. A lot of it is just going to be buttons, text, images, right? Maybe a countdown timer to add a little bit of scarcity. If let's say you're selling a drop shipping product and the sale price is only going to last for the next 10 minutes, and so you can add a countdown, right? Just to give people a little bit more urgency to actually convince them that they may be interested in this specific offer. And again, I've never used a lot of this stuff, but they do have a lot in here. And if you guys are into coding.
So in a lot of ways, this is like Stream Elements or Streamlabs. Like I use Stream Elements, but I know some people use Streamlabs as well. But this is like the Stream Elements of online sales. Like everything, a lot of shit's already made for you. Like it's kind of like you have your overlay, you go in, you switch the letters and the shit around here and there, and then you basically like copy a link or you click one thing and you go live with it, as opposed to all the other legwork. So I mean, once you're making money, that $100 a month or whatever isn't too bad.
Or you have coders or members of your team for a little bit more specific stuff, like if you want to make like a flashing header that says like live webinar or live broadcast or something that's a little bit more complicated than any of these kind of more basic features. You can add a custom JS /HTML insert, and all you do is literally copy and paste the code in there, and then it'll give you your flashing header. I've also used this custom custom JavaScript /HTML button for PayPal buttons, which we will go over in a second. But let's take a look at this button. So when you click any individual element, you get the editor that pops up. For example, let's say that I wanted to bold, italicize, underline. I can do it here. If I want to change the text color, it's as easy as that, right? If I wanted to change the text versus the bold color, so if I wanted just the top line to be black, I would make that not bold and I would keep this black. If I wanted to make just the bottom black and I want it to be bold, right? So the point here, guys, is that there is incredible maneuverability and customization available with literally no technical expertise at all. Like, for example, I wouldn't even have to re-add this below. I can literally just drag it and it beautifully just works very intuitively in a way that just makes this so much easier than a normal website where you have to have people help you with HTML and learn all different types of different themes that have menu structures that are differently. Just trust me when I tell you, even though WordPress is a very easy option compared to what it was before, ClickFunnels is the next evolution of that WordPress was before it. And another thing that I want to mention just really quickly, and then we're going to jump more into some of the other funnels that I'm going to show you guys how to use, and we're going to share those with you guys, is that ClickFunnels has a very unique feature where you can share pre-built funnels. And the beauty of that is it's basically copy and pasting an entire website. And what I mean by that is pretty much no other way possible can you copy and paste an entire website, right? Because things are stored in your FTP or your cPanel, or you have images stored on servers for WordPress, or it's just basically in a lot of different places. But with ClickFunnels, you can literally copy and paste these exact funnels and just replace the text and replace the images. So starting from scratch with funnels just does not make sense, because there's so many pre-built out there where people have spent hundreds, if not thousands of hours creating these beautiful funnels that they're willing to share. And not everyone is willing to share, but me and my colleagues who are very, very versed in ClickFunnels have huge portfolios of funnels, and if you guys are interested in a ton of free funnels where you can literally just immediately put them to use, making thousands and thousands of dollars with these strategies, right? Join the Facebook group, check the description, check the top comment. I am going to have a link to our ClickFunnels Ninjas Facebook group where we're going to be sharing a ton of these funnels where it's literally just go. And so we're going to move on to the next part. So this is the sales page, right?
No.
We are going to save because I just messed up with the text. So this is the sales page. The beauty of a funnel is the simplicity it gives, right? People don't like being overwhelmed. Think about going to the grocery store with no list, right? You see everything and you end up leaving with just bananas, and all of a sudden you're starving again and you didn't get anything you wanted, right? So with a website, it's the same thing. You don't want to come to a website and see all of these different options. It's overwhelming. That's why Google and some of these large websites are so simple and so beautifully elegant. Google literally has one bar when you come to the main page, right? And so the beauty of a funnel is the succinct flow that it provides, and kind of literally funnels your customers directly where you want them to go in a way that's very, it's very easy for them as buyers to make that buying decision. There's very little buyer friction, which is incredibly important from, a psychological perspective of buying. So we're going to take a look at my sales page, or excuse me, my order page. So the sales page gives you, this is what we do. These are our success stories. This is what people are saying. The order page is very interesting as well, right? So what we decided to do is we, added 4 videos of some of our amazing students and their success stories, a deeper dive into the full course, right? Our logo, some money back guarantees. We talk about exactly what you get, right? So we made a very, in my opinion, aesthetically pleasing kind of summation of everything you get in the course, right? One-on-one, you get, weird methods to make home run products with no guesswork, PPC tricks that totally changed my business, all of these, true things. And whether it's a product, you can highlight the features. If you're selling an ebook, you can talk about, some of the chapters. If you're doing drop shipping, you can talk about how amazing, your brand new fidget for left-handed people is, or whatever the case may be. But incredibly simple to set this up here. So this is a section. So before we were talking about actual, parts of the section. So here we have a headline. Beneath we have, a text field. But let's say that we wanted to add an entire another section. So how we do that is we go to add new section. So it actually senses here that this is, you know, a portion of a section, an element within the section. So you could have, you know, a text, whether it's a button, whatever, these are elements. And then the actual section itself, we can add a new section here. So this section, we want it to be full width. So this is full width. As you can see here, there's 2 columns as split apart by this little column right here. And so all we do here is we add 2 columns. And literally now we have, you know, the order information and, you know, the summation of what you get. We could very easily recreate that. But again, we don't need to, because there's been so many funnels beautifully created by people already that, you know, if you find happy and willing people to share these things with you, it takes out a lot of the stress and kind of upfront work to get started, and really gives, you know, it gave me no excuse to get started and actually create, right? Because you have to create and you have to get moving. Doesn't have to be perfect, right? It just has to work. So as we can see here, we have the contact form. So you can see these little subdomains here that says, or I guess it's hard to read that, but it says your email address. And as we can see here, the email address is the input type, which means that when somebody puts their email here, it's actually saving that email address for, you know, future marketing. If I want to send a broadcast email to my list, or, you know, whatever the case may be, we could change the placeholders text to say, you know, your Ninja email or whatever. It's required, obviously, because it's, you know, to submit the form. And so there's so much variability that you can use here. It's just a truly beautiful, simple type situation. So as we can see here, the button is set to submit payment, the button text. The action you can set for any button if you want a button to go to a specific web page. So maybe you want it to go to a Facebook group and say, join our Facebook group. All you do here is press set action, go to website URL, enter the website URL, right? And so this button actually submits the order form, right? The order pages are set up so that if you submit the order or submit the form, it actually processes the payment, right? It's very simple to link, you know, the credit card information to your Stripe account. We can talk about how to set up products like that if you're selling digital products or, you know, ebooks or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to save that. And so then you have the thank you page, right? And the beautiful part about having a funnel set up with a sales page, an order page, and a thank you page as your 3 sets of funnels is advertising. And so a lot of you out there who are, you know, Facebook ad experts or, you know, fanatics or whatever the case may be, I think you're probably understanding how exciting the setup is from a Facebook advertising perspective. So all we have to do here very simply is go into the overarching settings of this, you know, 3-tier funnel, add in our Google code for remarketing if you do Google AdSense. We can add in our Facebook pixel code if you do Facebook marketing, and then we can, you know, make custom audiences, and we can make, you know, lookalike audiences from those custom audiences of people who've only viewed the order page, right? So they're about to buy, but then they chose not to, right? Maybe something crazy happened, maybe coffee spilled on their laptop and, you know, electrocuted it, or, you know, something that just interrupted what they were going to do. So they only viewed the order page, but they never actually bought the course, or they never bought the ebook or whatever it is. And so they never saw the thank you page. And so, you know, those of you who've seen my YouTube video on Facebook marketing know the beauty and understand how exciting this is, right? To be sharing these exact templates.
What the actual fuck?